The unsung heroes. How battlefield photographers shaped modern warfare. Welcome to the front lines of truth. Picture yourself crouched in a muddy trench, the acrid smell of cordite burning your nostrils, the distant thunder of artillery shaking the earth beneath your boots. Now imagine choosing to be there, not as a soldier bound by duty, but as a witness armed only with a camera. The battlefield photographers of the Great War weren't just documentarians. They were survival artists who mastered the same brutal fieldcraft as the soldiers around them, all while capturing images that would forever change how humanity sees conflict. Their story is one of ingenuity, endurance, and an unshakable commitment to truth that demanded they learn the language of survival in the harshest classroom imaginable. When men like Ernest Brooks and John Warwick Brooke ventured into the trenches of the Western Front, they carried equipment that would make modern photographers weep. Glass plate cameras weighing up to 40 pounds, fragile lenses, chemical baths, and portable darkrooms. All of this had to be protected from the omnipresent mud that could swallow a man whole. These photographers became masters of improvisation, learning quickly that survival meant adopting the same techniques as the infantrymen whose lives they documented. They waterproofed their equipment using the same rubberized ground sheets soldiers fashioned into makeshift shelters, wrapping precious camera bodies in oilcloth, scavenged from supply depots or bartered with tobacco rations. The trench system itself became their darkroom and their fortress. Photographers sought out the deepest dugouts, those reinforced earthen chambers carved into trench walls where soldiers huddled during bombardments. Here, in spaces lit only by candles or captured German lanterns, they developed their plates by feel as much as sight. The chemical smells mingled with the ever-present stench of standing water, unwashed bodies, and latrine pits dug into the trench floor. They learned to time their work between artillery barrages, understanding the rhythm of warfare as intimately as any frontline soldier. The eerie silence before an attack, the whistle of incoming shells that gave you perhaps 3 seconds to find cover. Camouflage wasn't just military doctrine for these photographers. It was, honestly, the difference between capturing history and becoming a casualty. They learned from French and British camoufleurs, those artist-turned-warriors who really understood how the human eye detects movement and contrast. Photographers muddied their clothes to match the trench walls, knowing that, well, clean fabric caught enemy attention like a signal flare. They studied how soldiers moved during trench raids, low, slow, freezing when flares burst overhead, becoming part of the shattered landscape. When venturing into no man's land to photograph the aftermath of attacks, they crawled through that nightmarish terrain of barbed wire and shell craters, their cameras wrapped tight against their bodies, learning to navigate by the stars and the angle of shattered tree stumps that pointed back toward friendly lines. The photographers documented but also practiced the art of making themselves small in a world that, frankly, wanted them dead. They created hides from sandbags and splintered duckboards, positions where they could photograph the chaos while remaining invisible to enemy observers. These men understood that patience was survival, waiting hours for the perfect light or the right moment, all while shells screamed overhead and the metallic taste of fear sat permanent on their tongues. These battlefield photographers were honestly the ultimate fieldcraft practitioners, forced to master every survival skill while simultaneously preserving humanity's most important testimony. Their legacy teaches us that true preparedness isn't just about gear, it's about adaptability, observation, and, well, the courage to bear witness, even when every instinct screams to take cover. In our modern pursuit of bushcraft and self-reliance, we, honor their memory by embracing that same combination of skill, ingenuity, and purpose. If this journey into history's most demanding survival classroom resonated with you, subscribe to Fieldcraft Chronicles and share this with everyone who understands that the past holds our most valuable lessons. The skills that kept these unsung heroes alive, honestly, deserve to be remembered and practiced by all who value self-reliance and the unvarnished truth.